Hello friends, today I will be discussing a knowledge transfer topic from international human resource subject. So first we discuss the meaning of knowledge transfer. Okay, so knowledge transfer it is a process where an organization involves in identifying and learning the knowledge which is available in other organization or in its different part. So that process is called as a knowledge transfer. Means your firms are engaging to gathering a knowledge from the other organization or other unit, and the same knowledge reapplying for a other entity or other units. That process is called as a knowledge transfer. Next is types of knowledge. So knowledge may divide into two types. One is the explicit knowledge and second is tacit knowledge. So explicit knowledge means here the organizations are engaging to transferring their knowledge in terms of the data. The data will reflect in terms of the words or numbers or any specification or manuals or principles with that may be transferring from the one organization entity to the another organization entity. So this kind of knowledge is already available, and that is going to transferring across the individual formally and systematically. That is called as a explicit knowledge. So whereas tacit knowledge, second type is tacit knowledge. To tacit knowledge, it is highly personal and very hard to formalize. Means it is very hard or difficulty to communicate or share with the others. Why? Means the tacit knowledge is, it is deeply rooted or deeply linked with the individual actions or individual experience or their values or their emotions, which may be very difficulties to communicate with the other part other unit or other organization or other part of the particular place. So that is called as a tacit knowledge. Means tacit knowledge is nothing but here sharing their experience or actions or ideas or emotions or values to the other organization unit or other person is called as a tacit knowledge. So tacit knowledge is divided into two types. One is technical dimension and second is cognitive dimension. Okay, in technical dimension it is a informal way, or it is very hard to transfer their skills to the other person because it is highly subjective. Okay, it is highly subjective and it is a personal insights which may be a difficulty for the one persons to be transferred to the another persons. Okay, second is cognitive dimensions. So the cognitive dimension, it involves beliefs or perceptions, ideas, values, emotions, or mental model which is gained by the particular person, which is going to transferring from them to the other person or other entity. So that is called as a cognitive dimension. Next is a knowledge transfer in multinational companies. Okay, multinational companies are also engaged into transferring their knowledge or getting or gathering the knowledge from the other entities. So here two different kind of things are there, two angles are there. First is nature of knowledge to be transferred. Here they need to be decide which kind of knowledge they are going to be transferring or which kind of knowledge they are going to be gathering from the one particular organization entities. Okay, so here when we see the nature of knowledge, there were two different kind of knowledge will be comes. One is tacit knowledge and one is a explicit knowledge. As I said you, the tacit knowledge, it may be person specific, which cannot be easily codified. Okay, so it is very less transferable from one part of the MNCs to the other part as compared to the explicit knowledge, because explicit knowledge may be easily quantifiable, or it can be easily transferable from one organization to another organization. Okay, so these are many arguments have forwarded by the many persons regarding the differences between the internal and external knowledge. So here many of the views, many views have came regarding internal knowledges, and they said that internal knowledge is easily transferable than the external knowledge, because internal knowledge is already existed within a firm, so which can be easily transferred from one MNC to the another entities. But in the case of external knowledge, it which may comes outside the firm, which may creating some some kind of difficulties to get the knowledge or collect the knowledge from the other subsidiaries or other units to transfer their own units. So these are certain knowledges which is necessary for firms to be examined. Okay, second is observative capacity of the recipients of knowledge and motivational factors. Here motivational factors, it are these are associated with the parties who are involved has a motivate as has a sharing of knowledge to the another separate groups. So here the peoples who are engaging to be sharing the knowledge, okay, they may act as a motivational person who have invested their time or efforts to share their knowledge with the other persons. So that two aspects are we can be seen in the case of knowledge transfer in multinational companies. Next is sources of organizational sources, means organization knowledge. So it is here from which all the area, from which all are the sources the firms are engaging to gathering a knowledge or transferring the knowledge, that we are going to be discussing. The first one is first, before discussing these two different types, internal knowledge or external knowledge, first we discuss what do you mean by knowledge acquisition or knowledge identification. Means here knowledge identification, it's linked with the internal knowledge. Means here knowledge may be transfer within the organization, that is called as a knowledge identification or internal knowledge. Okay, whereas external knowledge is also called as a knowledge acquisition, which may be transferring outside the organization, okay, or from with the help of the agents or with the help of the computer agents, they are gathering a knowledge from the other organization in it. So it is called as a external knowledge sources. So first we'll discuss internal knowledge sources. The first one is contingental knowledge. Here in in this process, this is a source where the firms are identifying a inherent or hidden leaders who are the main sources of transferring the knowledge. Okay, so there are certain situations where the firms are engaging in new knowledge processing. So on that time they are going towards the knowledge acquisitions rather than knowledge identification. Means here whatever the existing knowledge is not sufficient for them to be carried out the activities, then they are going for the knowledge acquisition, where they are looking outside agents to gather the knowledge or collect the knowledge or transfer the knowledge. Okay, second is direct experience, means learning by doing. Here knowledge is going to transferring by learning the particular activities or by participating in a particular activities. Means here there are certain activities where groups can be improve their skills, or they can be identify a way to obtain the better outcomes or better knowledge from their own efforts. Okay, that is called the direct experience, where they are transferring the knowledge or they are learning the knowledge or they are updating the knowledge by doing the particular activities or by participating in a particular activities. Okay, third one is internal knowledge development. So in internal knowledge development means here the firms are engaging in research or development activities where they are engaging to collecting a detailed informations, or they building a new weapons or new tactics which can be applied in their ongoing operations. Means example, we can take internal knowledge maybe can be developed through conducting experiments or testing on new concepts, or working through with the deployment of technology during their training activities. Means during training activities they are learning the many things, that knowledge they are using for their ongoing operations. So these are three different sources we can be see in the case of internal knowledge. So second is external knowledge. So external knowledge may divide into the three different types. One is various experience, next is technological alliances, and third is recruitment of a skilled R&D persons. Here first, in first step we can be see here they are observing the activities of other groups, means to gaining the knowledge or transferring the knowledge from the other organization or other units. There the firms are engaging to observing the activities of the other group or other organization units. By observing the activities of other groups, other organization units, they are gaining or they are getting the knowledge from the particular unit. So that is called the various experience with their learning by observing the activities of other group or other organizational units. It is also straightforward. Okay, straightforward method where they're engaging to gathering the informations. Next is technological alliances. Means here they are using a technological device. With the help of the technological device, they are gathering informations. The devices may be universities, the devices may be technological institutions, or they may be suppliers, or they may be clients, or the competitors. Okay, these are the different partners. With the help of these different partners, they are engaging to gathering information. So that is called as a technological alliances. Third one is recruitment of skilled research and development person. Means here it is one more a way where the firms is engaging to assessing a valuable external knowledge by the external experts, because external experts are act as a rich sources for getting a knowledge from the outside the organizations. Means here firms are engaging to recruiting a outside consultants, and these outside consultants are engaging to teaching the group members or peoples who are available within the organizations. That is called the recruitment of research and development person who is engaging to transferring his knowledge to other groups or other employees or other peoples who are performing the activities within a organization. So these are two different sources we can be see in the case of organizational knowledge. Okay, next is barriers to knowledge transfer. Your first barriers to knowledge transfer is lack of trust among knowledge workers and knowledge uh, transferred. Means here knowledge creators. Means here the reason could be why the firms are not trusting among the other workers from where they are going to be gathering the knowledge. And the reasons may be culture diversity, because one country culture may entirely differ than the other country culture. One country language may differ from the other country language. So these are the reasons where they are not trusting on the other organizational knowledge which they are going to be gathering. Okay, second barrier is lack of formal opportunities made available to interact and transfer knowledge. Means in this view of this, there is a lack of emotional attachments among the members. So where knowledge transfer is absolutely essential. Means here when they are engaging to transferring the knowledge or gathering the knowledge from the other organization units, there is less emotional attachment where we cannot be get the transparent information from the other entity or other organizations. This state of knowledge holders are also create a barriers in the transfer process. Means here many times the people who are in high position, they are suffering from their egos and they don't want to transfer their knowledge because of their status conscious, or they may have political reasons which is not motivating them to transfer their knowledge to the other organizations. And fourth one is knowledge transfer does not take place because those who are holding it decided its utility and make a decision on transfer. Means here they fear that their pride of holding knowledge would be lost. Means lack of interest to act on the transfer may also be suffering by the particular organizations. So these are different barriers we can be see in the case of knowledge transfer.